are going to be working on your PSAs. We do not have access to computers, so you must work on your PSAs. If you look on the board down here and you listen, if you miss any of this instruction for what you should be doing for your project, just go on the website and replay the video. But today, you will be completing your PSAs, which is your public service announcement. 2, there's card stock available for you. If you are listening to this online, then you must use your own paper. I prefer you do one on the front and one on the back. That way you save paper. What should be on your PSA? This is on your rubric as well. If your disease can be prevented, then you must put how you can prevent the disease. That must be your PSA. If your disease cannot be prevented, then you have to put an interesting fact. Now, what's interesting to me may not be interesting to you. So interesting fact is subjective. What that means is you pick something that you find interesting. Please don't come to me and say, well, is this interesting? I don't know. Is it interesting to you? Basically, you're putting another piece of information that you have not covered in your PowerPoint presentation. But you only can do that option if it is not prevented. If it's can be prevented, then you must put how it can be prevented. Does everyone understand that? That is what you are working on in class today. To give you some reminders for homework, you must complete all of your disease research. That means your PowerPoint and your PSA and preparing yourself, ladies, for a presentation, because your presentation you cannot read off of your PowerPoint. You must know what it is that you're going to say. Preparing yourself means that you can make some flashcards, note cards. I have note cards up here that you can use, line paper flashcards that you can use. Some people are also using a nice little app that I also have on my phone, which is a notepad, and I think all of you have it. You can do that on your phone as well and have that as your notepad to kind of guide you through. Do not try to type out your research paper on cards or a notepad and then try to read off of that. Just give you some clue ideas of what it is that you're going to be discussing. Everything is due tomorrow. Keep in mind that your your disease research PowerPoint at the very, very, very end must have your references. 8 total. You could have more. 8 is a minimum. You must have at least 2 books, one for each disease. If you are still struggling and you're working on your PowerPoint and you're struggling with the book reference, after you leave here, you don't have access to a handheld book. But you go to my website and look up books under class links. In addition to citing your material, that's always there and that will stay there. Make sure they're in alphabetical order, your references. If they're not and you did not do that and you've already submitted it, don't worry about it. I just want to get you into the habit of putting them in alphabetical order. They must be emailed to me. Your PowerPoint must be emailed to me by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Remember, if you look at your rubric, it gives you the email address that you must email to me. If you don't know where to email it, then you must look at this announcement that I'm giving you now on the website, because it will tell you where to email your project to. Tomorrow, what you will turn in is your rubric and your PSAs. Your PowerPoint will already be emailed. Please make sure you email it to the right location, because if you don't, then you're going to be frustrated and flustered around. So just do it like I'm asking you, and it'll be done. Any questions about that? So again, tomorrow you're handing in your rubric and you're handing in your PSA. On my website, available for you, will actually be a sample of a PSA that you can look at to help you. You have access to your electronic devices today in class, and if you're listening to this online, then you're looking at right now a sample PSA. You can go to the website and look at the sample to kind of give you a guideline of what it is that I'm looking for. Remember, it must be at least 3 to 6 panels. It must correctly depict the information that you're delivering, whether it be how to prevent or an interesting fact. That would be bubbles over the people's head or a nice small caption at the bottom, but do not attempt to rewrite your disease research on a PSA. It also must be colorful. If you're drawing stick figures, that's perfectly fine. I'm not grading you on your artwork. I'm grading you on your material. Are there any questions about what it is that you should do? If you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to ask.